we move on to the next chapter, that is valuations. See, valuation is a very important chapter. In fact, if you see the entire valuations syllabus framed by the institute, it is covering equity, debt, preference. Equity, one of the method is DDM, that is dividend discount model. So we are going to study this. Now valuations, you have some part in section 2 and some section 5, corporate valuation. Now valuation of equity, there are many methods we will see later on in corporate valuation, but the most important one, and which comes almost in every attempt, trust me, it has come almost in every attempt, DDM is the most important one. You can count 8 marks for this. That is only DDM. And extremely important because the concept what we are going to learn here, you will be using in virtually every chapter. After we learn this, we will go to bond markets. There we will learn something about preference also. Convertible preference, convertible debenture, bonds. So that will be after this. So let us start with this chapter. Dividend discount model. Now I promised you in the beginning that I won't be expecting any great knowledge from you except that you are passed the 12th standard and whatever basic information you carry, that is enough for us. And little bit of basic statistics, mathematics you must know. So we are going to derive the formula. Possibly you have learned the formula, by hearted the formula in IPCC, but never thought how it was derived. In IPCC, you are just accepting what was presented in front of you. By hearted, solved similar problems, expected a similar problem in the exam. Things were very smooth. Here we have to understand the concept. If you don't understand the concept, then you will never know which formula to use, where to use. So let me start with this. Let us take a simple example. Now I request you to copy the heading. I'll be pushing the page. Give the heading valuations, then give subheading dividend discount model, and write weightage 8 marks. In fact, one of the most important chapter in the entire syllabus because it has got connections in every chapter. Okay. Assume that I buy a share at P0 and after 1 year the share price is P1. During this period the share gave dividend of D1. So this is your initial price. This is your end of year price. So this is, you can say, beginning year price. Now, how to calculate return? So return, I call it as K percentage, or if I don't want to express in percentage, I can calculate as P1 minus P0 plus D1 upon P0. What is P1 minus P0? That is your capital gain part. So this is your capital gain. What is this? This is your income. What is this? This is your investment. So we calculate return like this. Very simple. Now I'm going to do cross multiplication. Therefore K P0 is equal to P1 minus P0 plus D1. K P0 plus P0 equal to P1 plus D1. P0 into bracket 1 plus K equal to P1 plus D1. Sorry, let in the next step. Therefore P0 equal to P1 plus D1 . Now we got, what is this formula? This formula is return. I have written return. What is this? This is P0. If you want to find K return, you must know P1, P0, D1. But if you want to find P0, then we have rearranged the formula. Now why this rearrangement? You are thinking, I want to buy this share. How much price I must pay? You are trying to find P0. P0 means price today. So I want to pay for that share today. So I want to find P0. How much I should pay? I think how many rupees it will give next year? It will give 120 rupees. How much dividend it will give? It will give 5 rupees. How much return I want per annum? I want 20% per annum. Therefore, at what price I must buy? So this is your P1, this is your D1, which you are expecting, and this is your 1 plus K. So if you know the estimated value of P1, if you know estimated dividend D1, if you have already kept in mind what return you want to earn, we can find P0. So whenever investor has decided his expected rate of return, and if he is able to estimate P1 and D1, then he can calculate the price at which he can buy the shares today. So this he can do. So therefore this formula is used to estimate that. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to expand 1 year to 2 years. Just see. Now what I do, once I complete this page, I'll tell you to copy. Till that time you pay attention. Now I have got P0, P1, P2. D1, D2. So it is a 1 year investment. This is 2 years. Now I want to find P0. Our aim is to find P0. But I am going to make 2 year investment. So let us call this equation A. Now the way I have constructed equation A. So I calculated P0 based on P1 D1. Similarly, I calculate P1. I can calculate this. See, A is what? A is P0 calculated using D1 and P1. Now I want to calculate P1 using D1, D2, P2. The way I calculated P0 using D1, P1, I want to calculate P1 using D2, P2. So I'll write a similar formula. Using A, we can write P1 equal to P2 plus D2 upon 1 plus K. The way we wrote P0 using P1 D1, I am writing P1 using P2 D2, right? Now I am going to substitute, so this I call it as B. So what I am going to do, I am going to substitute this here. If I substitute this here, then let us see what we get. P0 equal to, we will write substituting P1, substituting for P1 in A, we get P0 equal to, so instead of P1 I write this, so instead of P1 I wrote. Now you can see there is no P1 term. We have got P0 in terms of P2. It's a 2 year investment now. So what we have done is, by writing this, we have linked P0 and P2. P0 is priced today. P2 is priced at the end of 2 years. So we have got a linkage. And this can be used to study 2 year investment. Just see here now. P0 equal to P2 plus D2 upon 1 plus K the whole square plus D1 upon 1 plus K, or P0 equal to P1 upon 1 plus, D1 upon 1 plus K plus P2 plus D2 upon 1 plus K the whole square. So equation C. Now just see what we have done. We have calculated P0 in terms of P2 now. There is no P1. And see, when we will get D1, D1 we will get at the end of 1 year. So we have discounted once. When we will get D2 P2, we will get D2 and P2 at the end of 2 years. Therefore we have discounted twice. So price of a share today is D1 discounted once because we are getting at the end of 1 year, and I am going to get P2 and D2 at the end of 2 years. Therefore, I am discounting twice. Okay, so we have got this. So what you can do, you can copy this now. Just copy this. I'll push the page slightly. I know that you can pause the video, but I just want to actually, want you to see each and everything. Otherwise, once you pause the video and write after a long time, it becomes a problem. So I'm just waiting, just write fast and then learn this concept, everything together. Otherwise, you have an option, you pause and then write after 1 hour and then you can continue. Then what happens? Then you will forget whatever you discuss. Okay, now we will expand this further. From 1 year we expanded to 2 years. Now we will take it many years, say n years. Expanding this argument for many years, we get P0 equal to first dividend discounted one time, second dividend discounted two times, third dividend discounted three times, plus Pn plus Dn upon 1 plus k raised to n. So for many years, here it is, that is n years. So we are getting this full equation now. P0 I want to find. P0 is price today. Second d1 upon 1 plus k plus d2 upon 1 plus k square, d3 upon 1 plus k cube, and so on. Now, suppose I am going to hold the shares forever. I want to be the owner, partial owner of the company. I want to be shareholder. I want to own the shares forever. Then my Pn is irrelevant because I am going to hold the shares forever. So where is the question of selling and getting that price? Pn. So if we are to hold the shares forever, if we are to hold the shares forever, then Pn is irrelevant. Therefore, P0 equal to d1 upon 1 plus k, d2 upon 1 plus k square, plus dn upon 1 plus k raised to n. So we removed Pn because I'm not going to sell the shares if I'm going to be the original shareholder, or I'm not going to be, I want to be part of the company till end. So we can see very carefully now what we have done. We are finding price today. It is first year dividend discounted once, second year dividend discounted twice, third year dividend discounted thrice, nth year dividend discounted n times. Now this is what Gordon said, that price of share today is future dividends discounted. Future dividend, you remember that. Never do the blend. Now this is 0. Now this is 1. It is future dividend. The past is sunk. Remember when so Gordon says that if you want to find the price of share today, find out all the dividend the company is going to give in future and discount them when you are going to get. First year dividend discount once, second year dividend discount twice, third discount thrice, like that, and so on. So when you discount the dividends, as you can see from the equation we have derived, we will get price of share today, the theoretical price. Okay, so the above formula, we can call it as D. The above formula that is D is a theoretical formula. To find price of share today using dividends. So when you are actually finding out the price of share using dividends, find out the estimated dividend at the end of 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, and discount all of them. And when you discount all of them with your expected rate of return K, so K is the return. If we are expecting some return that is K, we can substitute the formula which will be used to discount dividends, and that will give us the share price, theoretical share price. That's what Gardner said. Okay, now this formula is also popularly called as Gordon's dividend discount model. So we write that this formula is also popularly called Gordon's DDM. DDM stands for dividend discount model. Now you can see that we are finding price of a share today. You have to discount only future dividends, not current dividend. So you should be careful in reading the question and ensure that the dividend which you are taking to discount is future dividend. Now, in case there is ambiguity in the wordings of the problem, you have to state that this information has been interpreted by me as future dividend. Now, what Gordon did using this master formula, that is formula D, which you are seeing on the board, he gave 3 variations, and they are very popular in the valuation world. Now, what are the 3 variations? What you can do, once I write each variation, I will tell you to copy. Till that time, you pay attention. Let me rewrite the formula. That is the master formula. P0, 0 we read, P0 is price today. So 0 for today. D1 upon 1 plus K, D2 upon 1 plus K square plus Dn upon 1 plus K raised to N. So this was our formula D. You need not write, you already written. So using this master formula, he gave 3 variations. Number 1, they are popularly called as approaches. First is constant dividend approach. Now, constant dividend approach means the word is indicating constant dividend. So, dividend is going to be constant forever. So, therefore, here D1 equal to D2 equal to D3 dash equal to Dn equal to D. Everything is constant. So, according to Gordon, some companies follow constant dividend policy. Whatsoever may be the profits, there is a policy that they will declare this much every year and distribute. That's all. Here we can modify the formula. Let us see how. So therefore P0 is equal to D upon 1 plus K, D upon 1 plus K the whole square, D upon 1 plus K raised to N. So everything is D. We take D out. 1 upon 1 plus K, 1 upon 1 plus K square plus 1 upon 1 plus K raised to N. Now the term inside the bracket is in the nature of a geometric series. Now the sum of geometric series, what is the sum? Let us see what is geometric series. So if we have a series AR square, AR cube, AR raised to N, means there is a term A and every next term is multiplied by some constant, that is R. So where A is the first term, where A is the first term, R is a constant multiplier. Then sum of the terms of this series is equal to A upon 1 minus R. Now this you have learned in 11th standard. So we are going to use this arithmetic progression, geometric progression. When you learned, you must have thought, let us learn and forget. Sorry, you are in SFM where all the applications are going to be there, but you need not bother. See, I am actually touching everything. So when you are having a series like this, when you add all the terms of the series, the total is only A upon 1 minus R. So in this case, A. So now you can see the first term. So this is our A. Now what is getting multiplied to every term? So what is the constant multiplier? So R is 1 upon 1 plus K. So A is also 1 upon 1 plus K, and every term is getting multiplied by R, constant multiplier. That is also 1 upon 1 plus K. So in this case, so we can call this as term A. In this case, the term in the bracket A will be equal to A upon 1 minus R. So 1 upon 1 plus K, we can, let us first write them. In this case, A is equal to 1 upon 1 plus K and R is equal to 1 upon 1 plus K. Therefore, sum of terms is equal to A upon 1 minus R equal to 1 upon 1 plus K upon 1 minus 1 upon 1 plus K. Is equal to 1 upon 1 plus K upon 1 plus K minus 1 upon 1 plus K. So this 1 plus K will get cancelled, both denominator numerator, is equal to 1 upon K. So the sum of terms of A, so it will be 1 upon K, that's all. Therefore, P0 is equal to D into 1 upon K is equal to D upon K. This is the formula you are supposed to remember, that's all. So this is the formula which you will use for all those companies which are giving constant dividend, 1 rupee, 2 rupee, whatever it is. Constant dividend in rupee terms. Constant dividend forever. Suppose company is giving dividend 1. Your expected return is 10%. So 1 D upon K. So 1 upon 0.1. That is 10 rupees. Now we had one company. Now it is not, it has got merged now. It was called Mahavir Spinning. Company was having a policy. Every year 10% dividend check will go to the shareholders. Just 10%, that's all. Company used to make good big profits at times. Sorry, I am not going to increase dividend. I am going to pay constant dividend forever. There are some companies who believe that their main motive is to provide capital appreciation of shares rather than give dividend income. So they follow this policy. And Gordon says that we have to value these shares by using simple formula P0 equal to D upon K. Okay, just see from how we have modified the master formula, lengthy master formula, to a small formula. Okay, now what you're going to do, you're going to copy this. I'll push this page up. I'll give some time. If you are unable to copy by that time, you can pause the video and copy. Start. Okay. Now this was what Gordon said about constant dividend policy. All those companies which pay dividend, same dividend forever. Now there are other companies which increase their dividend as per their earnings. Suppose earnings grow, they increase their dividend. Now Gordon gave the second approach, the most popular approach, that is perpetual growth approach. Second, which is called constant growth or perpetual growth approach. Now, perpetual means forever. So whatever growth the dividend will have, for example, dividend is 10 rupees this year, 10% means next year 11 rupees. Then another 10% means in the second year 12.10. Another like that, 10 rupees, 11 rupees, 12.1, 13.31, 14.641, like that. So it will increase 10% every year. So growth rate of dividend was 10. So Gordon gave the second formula for perpetual growth. So let us again take the master formula. We have master formula P0 is equal to D1 upon 1 plus K plus D2 upon 1 plus K square plus Dn upon 1 plus Kn. So this is a master formula. If dividends, this is very important. No? You have to be very careful. I am highlighting with a purpose. If dividends grow at the rate of G percentage, you can say perpetually. Perpetually means forever. So we are considering going concern. Company will keep on going forever. So we will apply the perpetual growth rate of G on dividend forever. So if the company is going to give dividend, which is going to grow at G% forever. Remember, dividends is growing, not earnings, not any other PAT, etc., etc. It is dividend. When I say dividend, it is DPS, dividends per share. Dividend means DPS, dividend per share, which we call it as D. So then what will happen? Let us put first. Then D1 will be D0 into 1 plus G. Correct? D0 is dividend given today. What will be next year dividend? Increase of G%. D2 will be D1 into 1 plus G. D2 will grow by G% over what? D1. So we can write D0 into 1 plus G the whole square. So in comparison to D0, D2 will be 1 plus G square. D3 will be D2 into 1 plus G. In comparison to D0, it will be D0 into 1 plus G cube. Then Dn will be D0 into 1 plus g raised to n. Therefore dn will be this much. So what we are going to do, we are going to substitute the terms which are all linked to d0. You can see we have d0 everywhere. So therefore p0 will become d0 into 1 plus g upon 1 plus k, d0 into 1 plus g square upon 1 plus k square, d0 into 1 plus g cube upon 1 plus k cube, d0 into 1 plus g raised to n upon 1 plus k raised to n. Now we can remove d0 out, is equal to d0 into bracket 1 plus g upon 1 plus k plus 1 plus g square upon 1 plus k square plus 1 plus g cube upon 1 plus k cube, 1 plus g raised to n upon 1 plus k raised to n. Now the bracketed term b, see this bracketed term b, this is also in the nature of geometric series. The terms in bracket in b are in the nature of geometric series. What is the first term? So this is our first term. So this is our first term. What is a constant multiplier? It is again the same. So constant multiplier is also one plus g upon 1 plus k. So therefore sum of the terms of bracket b is a upon 1 minus r. Okay, therefore sum of the terms in b will be equal to a upon 1 minus r. That is 1 plus g upon 1 plus k divided by 1 minus 1 plus g upon 1 plus k. So let us simplify this. 1 plus g upon 1 plus k, 1 plus k minus 1 minus g upon 1 plus k. Because of minus sign, that will become minus 1 minus g. 1 plus k cancels. So we have 1 plus g upon, you can see 1 will cancel here, k minus g. So this is the bracketed term. Now let us put in, therefore in the P0 formula, therefore P0 is equal to d0 into 1 plus g upon k minus g is equal to d0 into 1 plus g upon k minus g, but d0 into 1 plus g is d1 equal to d1 upon k minus g. So we have the second most important formula. So this will be used whenever we are going to have dividends growing perpetually. So they will give it a question. Almost every year one question comes using this formula. Almost every attempt. Assume perpetual growth, or they will use make suitable assumptions and find the price of share, and they will give dividend information. So whenever dividend information is given and you can find growth, we will assume this. Assume that it is going perpetually. We got the price. Now you have already learned this formula in IPCC. So let me rewrite this. So what I am going to do, I can write P0 into K minus G is equal to D1, or K minus G is equal to D1 upon P0. Therefore K is equal to D1 upon P0 plus G. Now this formula you have already learned in the chapter of cost of capital in IPCC. We use this formula to find KE. Okay, we use this to find KE. Now both the formulas are having same terms, they are rearranged actually. We use this formula to find P0, the price today. So we can say that the two formula are interconnected. In IPCC, your approach was to see the formula from the sourcer of the capitalist point of view. Who is sourcing? Company is sourcing. What is the cost of capital? So you use that K formula. But in CA final, throughout the chapter and in the future chapters also, we will be using to find the price of a share. Same formula, because we will be given return. So when K is given, D is given, G is given, we can find P0. In IPCC, you are asked to find KE. Okay, so both are one and the same. The orientation is different. This is used by investor to find theoretical or fair or intrinsic value of share. Used by investor to find theoretical or fair or intrinsic value of share. So this formula is very important. So in the exam they ask, calculate the theoretical price of equity share. So you have to first find, have they given dividend? Yes. Do you know K? Yes. Do you know G? Yes. So we use this formula. So dividends, the Gordon's dividend discount model, DDM, is one of the most popular methods of finding the intrinsic value of share. The derivations are not there for the exam. Obviously they will not ask. But if you understand how they have been derived, it gives you a lot of comfort when you use the formula. You would know what is G, what is K, because we are actually using them to derive the formula. So there is a proper way to learn finance. Master the concepts, understand the formula, learn the application. See, that's how you become stronger in finance. You have to solve problems. Practice will give you a lot of confidence.